Hey out there, Slotcar land. How's everybody doing this fine Sunday? Hope everybody's doing well. Coming to you from the news desk here. We've got another Slotcar news episode for you guys right now. We've got some announcements from Auto World, a couple announcements from RPM, Roger Pacelli Motorsports. Not an announcement from Tomei, but some rumors floating around about another new Ford GT coming from Tomei. And then we have the race report from the Harpo Nationals from a couple weeks ago, and the announcement of where next year's Nationals will be held. So we're going to go through all that news right now, and let's get to it. So first off, we've got two announcements from Auto World. One is a new body coming out, a new Ford Capri body coming out. The Rally Capri looks really cool, really sweet. There's I think three different versions coming out. A really cool white, blue, red, and yellow striped paint scheme. A cast roll paint scheme with white, red, and green, and then what looks like an Allen Man team version with red and gold. So let's take a look at those pictures right now. So those look like they're going to be very cool. I think those are going to be some cool cars coming out. It looks like they're going to be on the X-Traction Ultra G chassis by the looks of it. And I think they're going to be really sweet. We're going to have to get one because I have an original from Aurora. So we're going to have to buy one and compare the two down the road and see if there's any differences between the two castings and all that kind of stuff. So really cool there. The other announcement from Auto World is supposedly that there's new Super 3s coming. Let's see. This might not have. This took me to a weird ass site. Uh-oh. So it looks like, and I heard somebody mention that that the Super 3s were being discontinued or whatnot. But then I also saw an announcement on Facebook that supposedly there was 4 new Super 3s coming out. 2 stock cars, 1 Indy car, and I can't remember what the other one was. Let's see if I can actually find that here, so I can show you guys the pictures. So I got this from Facebook, but it's not showing me the pictures of the cars when I save the post. So I'm going to have to find those for you guys. Hopefully get to show you to them. The NASCAR cars are not NASCAR painted specific. They're kind of a generic paint job. They're both Chevys. The Indy car I think was a blue one. Oh, it was kind of a tribute paint scheme to Johnny Unser's Johnny Lightning car. Very cool. I saw that, and then I can't quite remember what the fourth one was, but it looks like the Super 3 is coming back. I don't know if it's an updated chassis or not. We're going to have to check that out. As you know, I've done a review of it. Not very pleased of it. I do have one of the stock car versions. We haven't done anything with that car yet, but we should kind of look into that and see if there's an improvement with that car, and then buy one of the new Super 3s and see if they've made any improvement to that chassis. So be on the lookout for that. So let's go to Wizard now. Wizard has a new announcement of a new item on their website. It's called I can't pronounce this, but it's PILEGGI. It's a Fusion Downforce Optimizer jig. And what it sounds like it does is it actually holds your motor magnets without your armature so you can test them on your downforce meter. Very cool. It's a neat way to be able to do it because you can test your downforce before you even put it in the car. So you don't have to put it in the car, put it on the meter. That didn't work. Take them out, put in a new set, put it back on the meter. It works out very cool. Hopefully, Yeah, so it's very cool. Very neat idea from RC Lincoln there at Wizard. A thing to be able to, I'd like to see him maybe do that also with some other things. That would be really cool, but it's neat that he's actually coming out with that. So go check that out. You can find it at wizard.com. Very cool. If you're into the higher end cars, your Fusions, your Vipers, and your what's the Direwolves. So if you're into that, go check that out at wizard.com. Here's a picture of the it doesn't show too much here, but it is kind of cool. It's a jig that has a guide pin holder in it, and it has a rear end holder, and then it has the clips that actually hold the motor magnets to the side of it, so you can put it on the downforce meter. So here's a picture of it now. So very cool. Very, very cool there. Kind of a neat idea from RC. Very cool to be able to test your motor magnets like that without having to install them in the car. I praise him for doing that. So very cool. So now let's go take a look at the stuff from our RPM Motorsports. He's got some really neat. These would be really cool for your desk, for your workstation, at home, or at the racetrack. He's come out with some mini pit caddies to hold your oils or your Dremel tool or rear ends or whatever. Very cool. Let's take a picture of this. This is a shot of it right here. Very cool. I love what Roger Pacelli does. He's got some really neat 3D printed stuff. Very cool. This is another thing there. You can either take it for the racetrack, or you can have it sitting on your desk to put your stuff in, and just keep your desk all nice and organized at home when you're working on your cars and all kinds of cool stuff. So go check that out. That's the first thing from RPM there. The other thing is new Hyper Rev axle setups with ultra lightweight gearing on it. Here's a shot of those. Really cool. They're all pre-drilled. These are for your very high-end cars. These are for your Vipers and your Patriots and whatnot. They are. This is what the regular price was $16, or it's going to be $16 each. They were at $15 at the Nationals, but the Nationals are done and over, so you're going to have to get it for $16 a piece if you want to buy some of those. Very cool from RPM Motorsports there, so go check out RPM Motorsports. You can get to him through slotcarcrazy.com. All these people we're talking about, I'm going to have to list. I don't think we have Auto World listed on there, but I'm going to have to go check that out. We may have to list the Auto World website there for you guys as well. But everyone you can hear here, you can find there at slotcarcrazy.com, so go check it out. So that's it from Roger Pacelli. We've got a new product from a place called NK Slots. Now, these guys, I think, are out of England. These are storage boxes. New product, modular storage organizers with lids on them, where you can, for organizing your parts. These are another 3D printed item. You can find these guys on Facebook. Once again, it's NK Slots. Go check them out. Here's some pictures of the product itself. Pretty cool there. Looks like they're stackable. They have lids. So just basically for more organization at your workstation at home. Very cool. Very, very cool. So go check that out. Once again, that's NK Slots. You can find them on Facebook. So now let's talk about the Harpo Nationals. What, 2 weeks ago now? 3 weeks ago now? Something like that? Really cool. A lot of great action. If you go back and go to all the Slotcar groups on Facebook, there was a bunch of people showing a bunch of stuff there from the Nationals. So go back and kind of peruse them. You might have to scroll back a little bit on some of the posts because it's been a couple weeks now. But you can go back and check it out. Really sweet. Let's take a look at some of the results. Grand champion for this year's Harpo, I don't know if it's Harpo or Hopra, one of the two, is Roger Purcelli himself. Mr. RPM Motorsports himself is the grand champion for this year's Harpo Nationals. Very cool there. Some of the results. Now let's take a look at photo 1 here. This would be, bring the picture up here. This is for the AFX Mega G Plus Shootout. This is a really cool race. They actually provide the cars for this race. They're stock Mega G Plus cars. It's kind of like an IROC race, I think. I'm not quite totally sure. I'm not sure if they issue everybody a car or if they're, because I think it's a 6-lane track, and I think they all have the same six cars. But the top 5 in that class was Peter Mentoriso. That's a hard one to pronounce. Peter Lentros was second. Paul Rayner was third. Michael Tiffany was 4, and Mike Hillier was 5. In the that was for the that was for the Mega G Plus Shootout there at the Nationals. Hopefully one day we're going to get to take you guys there and show you everything there at the Harpo Nationals to be able to see all that. This next result is for the Unlimited final. This is what it says. It's unlimited. These cars are fast. Go check out it was Corey Glover was first. Scott Terry was second. John Lopretos Jr. was third. Fourth was Rick DeRosa. And fifth was Roger Purcelli. And then sixth in that class was Chris Rondinlani. Right? I am terrible with last names, people. I am sorry. But that's your top 6 for the Unlimited. Very fast class. If you ever get a chance to watch those on Facebook, check it out because that is a fast class. Now, if you need to know all the perimeters about this class, just go to the Harpo website and look up the class rules, and you'll be able to. It'll be able to explain everything on what the rules are for each one of these classes. The next result we have is for Spec Racer or Spec Jet Final. First place was Gary Burenstein. Second was Peter Barkley. Third was Jonathan Felserino. Fourth was Corey Glover, and fifth was Rob Hayes. So that's your top 5 for your Spec Jet final. Really cool there. They run a lot of classes at the Nationals. It's insane. Next up would be, this is the Neo Modified class, another one of the high-end magnet car classes, won by a guy I know that we've met at the fray, Richard May. Richard D. May took that. Very, very cool. He was 1. Corey Glover was 2. Another John Lopetros Jr. was 3. 4 was Nick Cannon. And 5 was Roger Purcelli. So very cool there. It's cool to see Richard take that class. He's a very good racer. Races all kinds of cars. Everything from the Neo Modifieds to the Unlimiteds to Fray cars to T-Jets. He races almost everything. Very cool guy. Hopefully get to see him this coming year at the Fray. Hope he gets to make it there. Let's see here. What do we have here? This is Modified final standings. 1 went to Corey Glover. Corey right up there quite a bit. Second was Jonathan Felicino. I think that's how you pronounce that. 3 was Wayne Wallace. 4 was Bob Ziloni. And 5 was John O'Brien. Very cool there. That was your modified class. Next up, we have our T-Jet results. Won by this is T-Jet. This is what they call. I don't think they call them freight cars. I think they call them either super stock or something else. But it's basically a freight car. Mr. 5-time Rick Jocham takes that class. Very cool. Followed by Gary Beinstein. 3 was R.C. Lincoln. 4 was Ray Eldridge, and 5 was Richard May. Another one. There's Richard in there again, running with the stock TJ guys. It was very cool. Little background on Mr. 5-time's win there. He actually bought the car from. Now I'm drawing a blank. Bought the car the day of the race from the same guy that Elijah got his car from at the fray the last time we went. So he bought it there, went in there, and just kicked everybody's butt with a car he purchased that weekend at the race. So it's very cool to see him pull that off and pull that one out. Nostalgic T-Jet. These cars are more along the lines of a stock T-Jet. I do know that they get to change the rear wheel and tires and the front wheel and tire to a flanged hub, so the tire stays on it a little better. Outside of that, I believe they're pretty much a stock car. Okay, so outside of that, it's pretty much a stock car. So R.C. Lincoln took that for 1. Rick Jocham was 2. David Lockwood was 3, and Richard D. May was 4. Where's Richard again? All up in there. And 5 was Dan Werfel. I guess that's how you pronounce his last name. Some of these names are really, really hard. So here is Spec Racer. This is the amateur class. They have Spec Racer. They have a pro and an amateur class. The first went to John O'Brien. Second was Peter Mendroso. 3 was Vernon Taylor. 4 was Helcom Harris. And 5 was Chris Bears. I think it's Bears. So very cool there. Congratulations to all these guys, by the way. One of these days, the Slotcar Crazy is going to have to get to the Nationals. Very, very cool. Next up is the CMPN results. This is another magnet car class as far as I know. Not quite sure of the rules. Once again, like I said, if you want to find out the rules for all these classes, just go to the Harpo website. All their rules are there and everything, and explains everything. 1 went to Roger Perselli. 2 went to Corey Glover. 3 went to Jonathan Fersono. 4 went to Nick Cannon. And 5 went to John Palengri. And I think I might have already read that one. That's just a retweet, thing there. And this is, that's the results from the stock T-Jet one again with Rick Jocham there. So very, very cool. And so those are most of, I hope that's all of the results. I think that is all of the results from this year's Harpo Nationals. Very cool. We're hoping to be able to go sometime. There's been talk of it coming out to Colorado. Hopefully that'll happen. In a couple, maybe, and I know it won't be next year because they've already announced where next year's is at. This year's was held in Massachusetts. I believe it was a suburb of Boston. I can't quite remember the town. It was held at Lean Jet Raceway. Another place that I'd love to get to sometime to show you guys. They've got some insane racetracks there. Very cool place. One day we need to get there. We need to get there. That's all I need to say about that. But next year's Nationals has already been announced. It's going to be held in Aurora, Ohio, which is a suburb of Cleveland. And it is, what are the dates? I can't remember here. Let me look. June 13th through the 17th of June of next year in Aurora, Ohio is where the next year's Harpo Nationals are going to be held. So if you want to go, that's where it's at. There's also some pictures here of a couple of the tracks. Some of them are still in the works, believe it or not. Some are already existing. I'll show you guys these here in the clip here in a second. But very, very cool, very sweet. So let's take a look at those tracks right now. So that's going to be really cool. Those look like some insane racetracks. They have the description there of what events will be held on what track. Very cool. And also throw in the Harpo Nationals. This was the 47th edition. This will be the 48th edition of the Harpo Nationals, and very, very cool there. So hope you guys enjoyed today's news. Hope to do this more often. Keep an eye out on Facebook, and I save stuff in a folder on Facebook under Slotcar News, and hopefully it'll keep building up and all that kind of stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for next week's bi-weekly featured car. Very cool. We're gonna I haven't picked one out yet, but I'll pick one out next week, and we'll get it taped and put it up. And hope you guys enjoy that. In 2 weeks, I have something planned. I have a plan in 2 weeks. Hopefully, we're going to have a review. I have something in the works that I'm purchasing that I want to do a review of. We're still going back and forth on it. It's something that I announced in the last Slotcar News episode that I'm going to be purchasing. We're going to be doing a review of it and showing you guys it. Hopefully, it'll be done by then. If it's not done within the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a live Q&A. Will be the 31st of July. I'm not quite sure what time yet. I will announce the time as we get closer to that in 2 weeks. That if in fact we have to go that route, if the item that I'm purchasing isn't done yet for the review, we will do a live Q&A. We haven't done one in almost a year, so we'll be doing that. I might even try and get a couple of people in on this Q&A YouTube channel wise and talk to a couple people. I want to see if we can't get a couple of people on and talk to them as we're talking to you guys. So be on the lookout for that. If we don't do that, if the item gets here for the review, we'll do that. Then we'll push the Q&A back another 2 weeks, and we'll definitely do the Q&A. Would be the second weekend of August. We'll do that. So be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, go check out all the other cool videos on the YouTube channel. Go check out all the other great YouTube channels also listed on the homepage as well. Don't forget to check out slotcarcrazy.com. A lot of great websites there. Once again, as I said, everybody that I have here that we talked about here, except for, I'll have to check on Auto World. I got to see if we have the Auto World link there. I'm not sure if we do. I know the NK slots one's not there. I got to add that one. But everything else, the Wizard link is there, and Roger Purcell's link is there as well. So go check them out. See what they have to offer in way of parts, pieces, and tools and stuff for your slot cars and all that good stuff. Also, don't forget to go check out the merch shop. Some great shirts have been uploaded. I've got 2 more in the works that may be uploaded by the time this video goes up. So be able to go check it out. Fuel your shot car passions with some merch. And show your passion for the hobby to everybody out there with some merch. Just go to slotcar-crazy.myspreadshop.com and get your Slot Car Crazy merch. You can also get there from the YouTube channel in the About section, and you can also get there from slotcarcrazy.com as well. So have a great week. Keep the pin in the slot. Keep them wheels on the downside. Keep racing slot cars, and I will catch you guys next week with the bi-weekly featured car. I'm out. I love you guys. Bye.